It would seem like the world is really digging this wireless vibe, considering all the requests I'm getting to review some wireless doodad or another. And this, the Rode Wireless Micro, is one of them. Now, I don't really know off the top of my head of the time frame of this or any of the others being released, let alone announced, but what I can say is, while other companies are releasing products to compete with the Rode Wireless Pro, Rode's just doing Rode things and expanding their wireless lineup. This time, it's a very sleek looking setup for the creators rocking a cell phone as their main camera. When I say sleek, I mean it. This thing is sexy. It's just a little puck that's not much bigger than an earbuds case. Now, apparently, this case offers up to 2 extra charges for a total of 21 hours of battery life on the transmitters before it has to be plugged in. Considering all the paces I've been putting these through, I can't exactly confirm the amount of battery life, but it does seem to check out. Now, when you open it up, you can see the 2 transmitters and the little receiver in the middle. Now, let's take them out and take a look at those. First of all, I love how they've integrated the magnet on the back of the transmitters. I actually missed it at first until I put the transmitter down on my new Magnus desk. So, to set it up, this little receiver just plugs into your phone and you're basically off to the races. Literally, with the receiver plugged in, your phone just recognizes it. Also, I have to point out that they're paired already, meaning the setup consists of you taking them out of the box and just plugging it in. These things come in either USB or Lightning, so it depends on what kind of phone you're rocking. And I also love that they gave a bit of room for phone cases with that USB plug. Considering I'm using one of the more clunky styles of cases and there's no issue for me, that's pretty sweet. As for the included mics, they're basically a repackaging of the wireless mics from the Pro and the Go 2. So the sound is good, if not, it's close. We'll get into that in a bit. We've got a couple tests. Now, apparently, the mics are in this acoustic chamber that has a patent pending design, which super fancy Rode. Now, that chamber allows for clear audio while mitigating wind noise, or at least that's what Rode says. So we're going to test that in a bit. However, if you are in an exceptionally windy situation, I love this. They've included these little hair pieces for the transmitters. It's like you're turning them into little minions. I love that. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Let's go over what this thing looks like in Rode Central app. Now, when you open it up, it is super basic, but you have the ability to split the files on the receiver or merge them, change the LED brightness, and what the output gain is. It works with Rode Reporter, of course, the Rode Central app, as well as the phone apps for recording, like the camera, kind of like what I'm doing right here. So let's take a look at a basic comparison between phone mic, this Micro, and the Wireless Pro. This is the sound of the microphone on the Samsung S23. That's not a super new phone and it's not a super old phone. This is just what it sounds like. What do you think? Let's move over to the Micro. So this is the Rode Wireless Micro. You can see it on my shirt. And this is plugged into my phone. And we have the gain setting at medium, just to kind of split it right down the middle. And this is what it sounds like. One heck of an upgrade on the stock microphone from the Samsung S23, I must say. So with that in mind, let's go check out the Wireless Pro and see what it sounds like. Okay, so now we have the Rode Wireless Pro. Kind of hanging off the side of the phone there. And we have the Rode Wireless Pro transmitter here. And this is going into the Samsung S23. What do you think in the comparison? This is the kind of audio you can expect if you upgraded to the Pro. What do you think? So let's take a closer look at the gain settings. This is with the gain settings set on low. Doesn't sound overly processed. Now we have the gain setting on medium, and you're gonna notice maybe a little less dynamic range to my voice as I'm talking. And this is where you might see a limiter starting to kick in. And I'm gonna share some screen captures of the audio waveforms that each one is catching just up here. And this is the high gain setting. And now you should notice a lot less dynamic range to my voice. Now we have a full-on limiter in effect, and it also sounds like there's a little bit of compression here. I know why they did this. This is for people with a cell phone that maybe don't have the time or the ability to monitor their audio while they're doing their content, or maybe they're in and out of different situations and they don't have time to check their gain and do all that. Plus, there's no 32-bit float because everything's being done on the phone. So I do kind of understand why this is a thing, but you're gonna notice as we move over to the Wireless Pro, the differences almost immediately. Okay, now we have the Wireless Pro in the exact same spot that the Wireless Micro was in, and this is what it sounds like. You're going to notice a big difference in the dynamic range of my voice and in the quiet parts and the loud part, and it's a lot less processed. Now this is because these are for professionals who want to be able to work their audio after the fact, and that's the difference between this, the Rode Wireless Micro, and the Rode Wireless Pro. Oh, walking directly with the sun in my eyes. Okay, so now we're on the street. It's actually quite windy out. Not sure if you can hear that. This is the wind kind of blowing. You can see it's pegged to my shirt here. And we're just walking down the street. We just want to see exactly what this sounds like in the wind. And it's not weighing down your shirt. Unlike the Wireless Pro that actually starts to sag on your shirt after a little while, this is nice and light, and the whole setup is actually kind of nice and light. So now we're walking down the street with the little minion dude on. This looks so cute. And this is what it sounds like. Same wind, same issues. I don't know what it sounds like until I get back, but you can hear all the leaves kind of rustling about. It's November 1st in Canada, by the way. It's fantastic here. I think it's like a high of 10 today. Anyways, this is probably peak wind right now. What does it sound like? So from sound alone, you can tell they're kind of in the same family of capsules when you're on low gain. But that sound profile changes as the gain is leveled up on the Micro, meaning that processing that comes along with the higher gain settings is doing its thing. But if you're looking for a similar sound profile to the Wireless Pro, you may want to keep that gain setting on low so it can be as close as possible. However, that processing on the gain might come in handy for you when you're in and out of different situations, perhaps going live or not interested in doing post-processing on your audio. Again though, the difference between this and the original audio from the built-in mic on the phone is quite massive. The Wireless Micro is a huge step up in quality for sure. But what I do find super interesting is that I'm pretty sure these are the replacement for the Wireless Me setup. I mean, it's basically the same thing, but I do think this is a bit of an update to the mic capsule, if I recall. Which, if that's the case, it makes me ask a few questions. You see, these are sleek and quite a bit more so than the older bodies like the Wireless Pro here. So it makes me ask, is this the next style for the Rode Wireless? Kind of rather curious. That said, I'm not sure how they're going to put all that into such small bodies, but for the transmitters alone, kind of like this. It doesn't weigh down your shirt. As for any complaints about the system, at first I was a bit irked that you had to choose between USB and the Lightning connector. I mean, it's kind of dumb splitting the market like that. But then I remembered iPhones just went USB, meaning in a couple of years, all those Lightning connectors are going to be obsolete. So, makes sense. USB will end up reigning supreme. Also, I would love the ability to turn the processing off with these, just so I could access the raw audio if I wanted a bit more control. Not sure if that's possible or not. So then, with all that said, should you buy this, the Rode Wireless Micro? If you're a cell phone warrior in your content creation, these things are going to give you a massive step up in sound quality. They're very easy to cart around, and I can see these on the shirts of a ton of creators in the coming months. But also, right before Christmas, these might be a fun present for that budding creator. What do you think though? I want to know if you like the new silhouette of these compared to the Wireless Pro style, or do you like that Wireless Pro style more? Hit me up down below and let me know. Cheers guys, and thanks for watching.